What's up, people? We are back with more of Fault Milestone 2. A lot of stuff happened in the previous videos, so let me try and see if I can actually recap it correctly. So we were right about Soul after all, or let's say Rhetona was right about Soul, that he was actually planning to steal from her. And during a wild goose chase, Rhetona used up too much mana, which basically knocked her unconscious, and then some random guy showed up. Really mysterious, of course, just a genius passing by, he said. But for some reason, I don't know, when they revealed his face, it looked like, not necessarily familiar, but it I don't know, something about his face, like, part of me somewhat recognizes his face in someone else or something. I don't know, he's got to be some sort of familiar character where he actually reveals himself. I'll probably go like, oh yeah, that makes sense, something like along those lines. And then after that, seeing as Rhetona went missing, Rune and Selphine went looking for her, and it's been 3 days past now, and Selphine kind of went for the ultimate, the last measure, which is meditating to call out to Queen Rhegan, and she's here, as you can see by the look of Selphine's eyes. So yeah, we're currently trying to look for the reason why, because we sort of know that Soul has a person that he's doing these horrible things for, and despite the fact that his parents have died, he's still keeping his civility for someone. There is a particular reason by it, and Queen Rhegan really wants to find out what that is. So let's do that. What's that sediment for? Isn't it obvious? Rhegan left this with me to use for craft. Can you use mana craft in your condition, Rhegan? My head hurts. Are you okay? I'll need some water. Something light to eat as well. Should I go get some water? Didn't the last time Rune take water, didn't she take like 2 hours? So weak, I swear. Huh? This body, I mean. Kids these days seem to like starving themselves to slim down. Is it some kind of fashion trend? Is that so? There's barely any muscle here. It's almost pitiful. How can you govern a country like this? Well, last time I checked, you don't govern with muscles. Getting a headache and such after just skipping a few meals? Shameful. Of course you'd feel weak if you hadn't eaten anything for 2 days. And you'd die for sure if you didn't drink enough water. This is a port town, yes? I crave some octopus. What? Before anything else, a meal comes first. I think water comes first, right? Because I'm pretty sure you can go without food for a longer amount of time than water or anything to drink. Seafood stew again? What? Aren't you going to eat? Just so you know, we've still got a lot of hard work ahead of us. Asking around is hard work? We may have to fight, depending on how we go about this. And I wouldn't even be able to fend for myself with this frail little body. A fight? The main threat in this city is the guards' guns. Of course, reliance on firearms means there isn't much development on using mana craft for combat. I'd rest much easier if our battlecraft specialist were here. Unfortunately, Rhegan is not. So I'm expecting great things from you, Sevitz. Huh? Me? I've already heard from Rhegan. Something about you being able to catch bullets in mid-air? No. Only if the conditions were right. I'm counting on you. But I wonder how does she know this? Because she's Queen Rhegan says that Rhegan, also known as Rhetona, let her know. But I'm guessing she just picks up everything that Selphine knows as well. That will make sense, at least, rather than Rhetona specifically talking to Queen Rhegan. That would be a lot more complicated. I don't know. It could be possible, of course, but I don't think that's the case. Don't disappoint me. Please, don't expect anything. What does Rhegan intend to do, I wonder? Instead, let's try to avoid any situations where we'd have to fight. I'd like to avoid any needless conflict, of course. We'll be doing quite a bit of skulking around from here on, but we might as well prepare for that small possibility. I see. Oh no, what do I do? I hope she doesn't ask me to do anything crazy. Oh, by the way, Rhegan, we'll search for Soul, right? Will we be asking around again? Indeed. About that, I've actually been asking around since a few days ago, but no one would tell me anything. There isn't a soul here that knows about Soul? Preposterous! No, they do, but no one seems to care about him. No matter how much I ask, everyone's answers are all so vague. That's right. How about that pharmacist? He seems to know him on a personal basis. Okay, see? This pretty much gives it away for me that she does pick up everything. Well, because of the path down, right? Every single generation of the path down shares its knowledge. So even the current generation passes down its information to the previous ones, which Queen Rhegan is one of. So I think that's how it works. He was actually one of the first I approached, but I'm not sure if the information is worth much. What did he say? Soul visits him once a month to buy some medicine, but he just visited yesterday, so his next visit will be sometime next month. That certainly doesn't add up. Huh? Think about it. Remember the amount we paid him as a guide for us? That alone isn't nearly enough to live on. He has to be out and about every day, making money. What if he's got money saved up somewhere, or stolen? Unlikely, and it's not like he's got a steady source of income either. He's probably out there, defrauding someone. And there's a good damn chance that that's what happened to Rhegan Basta in the bathhouse. His target was likely the money she was carrying with her. So that's your conclusion. It makes the most sense. Still, that doesn't explain why Retona went missing. Maybe the two of them were kidnapped. Wouldn't you like that, huh, Rune? Always like to find the good in people. Also unlikely. Retona is quite capable in combat, despite her looks. She's my guardian. To put it bluntly, those thugs and crafters over there would be no match for her. We just don't have enough information to work with to form any real theories. If we were being pessimistic about this, there would be countless things that could have happened. Then I suppose cross-examination would be the easiest way to go about it. Cross-examination? But I've already asked around all the local townspeople. You were asking them the wrong way. You need to be a little rough with them. Well, enough of that. Observe. I'll show you the basics. Huh? Wait. What are you doing? Don't dawdle, Zevitz. We're dining and dashing. Get a move on. Holy crap. Oh no! The bill! I just realized. Retona had all our money. Yeah, that's the definition of dining and dashing, right? Eating and then getting the fuck out of there so you don't have to pay the bill. Oh no. What's with that face of yours? How slovenly. We just walked out there. Like it was nothing. Look confident, and it'll be fine. No one even noticed. See? That's not the issue here. Let's pay them back when we meet up with Retona later. Far too naive for your own good. Isn't this natural? Dining and dashing is just as good as stealing. Rhegan, If you realized we didn't have any money, you should have let me know too. What if I did? If I told you we didn't have any money, what would you have done? You would have had us go find work, earn money, and then eat. Well, Still, there should have been a better way to handle it. You seem to be having a misunderstanding here, Zevitz. Huh? Listen now. What if, and I mean what if Reinvasta was kidnapped? The chances of finding her again, safe, are close to none. That would be a huge loss to our combat capabilities. Our return to Roxenheide will be that much more difficult. And our journey's just begun. There isn't a loss greater than that. I'll only say this once, Zevitz, so listen well. We don't have the luxury of constantly standing on the moral high ground. You lack a sense of urgency. In a situation like this, survival is our utmost priority. Rhegan. I could see an expression on Rhegan's face. Uncertainty. Ever since her personality surfaced, it was the first time I'd seen it. From here on out, approach the situation with a kill or be killed mentality. But that expression lasted only for a split second. I think that's the real Selphine trying to come up, in a sense. Anyone who isn't part of our group is an enemy. Bear that in mind, constantly. The next moment, her expression returned to Selly's. No, Rhegan's usual fearless look. Come. First on the list is that pharmacist. A sense of urgency. I mean, I do get it. Like, they are actually on a time restraint, and considering everything that's happened in Fold Milestone 1 and in until right now in Milestone 2 as well, everything has sort of everything that they've been trying to do, or just returning to Roxenheide in general, is a very urgent thing for them to do. But they've always sort of, you know, ran around, did other things, and probably because of both Selphine's and Ratona's personality, and Queen Rhegan is just much more ruthless and not necessarily selfish, but she just more looking out for the greater good for her people in general, rather than spending or trying to please every single person. But that's just a different in personality, I feel, because I think that Selphine, if they see like one person in trouble, they will try and save that one person and not sacrifice it, whereas Queen Rhegan would gladly sacrifice one person to save many others. But I feel like Selphine would have trouble sacrificing that one person just morally. So yeah, that's sort of the difference between the two queens, I guess, and that's why Queen Rhegan is such a fearless and such a strong look in her eyes. You too. Was it even his voice? I forgot his voice. Excuse us. That broad isn't with you today? We have a few questions for you. You'll be answering them for us now. This blondie here is different from before. Some boy by the name of Soul should have visited this shop the other day. Tell us everything you know about him. I don't like your tone, Missy. I've already told that blue-haired girl over there. He comes here once a month to get medicine. That's all I know. What kind of medicine? Just what kind of medicine is Soul taking? That's none of your business. Come on. If you're just here to ruffle my feathers, then get out! That's not happening. My retainer disappeared that day. The girl who was with us before, with the purple hair. Soul is the key to finding out her whereabouts. You've got a really weird way of talking, huh? And I told you, I don't know a damn thing. Besides, you aren't even customers. Why should I help out the likes of you? Here's a lesson for you young'uns.
In the world of us adults, only money makes the world go round. If you've got that through your thick skull, then get on out of here.
A child lecturing me about adulthood. Funny that she calls an old guy like that child, but in comparison it actually is. If Rhegan is like 900 years old, right? Hell must have frozen over.
What are you?
Shopkeep, let me ask you this. The worth of humans is determined by their actions in the response to choices they are given. Doing what, where, and when, or if they do anything at all. How one reacts to another, or not at all. Of course, this is exceedingly difficult. Being able to think over each and every one of your choices we make would be impossible. Therefore, it is vital that humans make mistakes while they are still young. This is so we can grasp the rhythm of how to live, avoiding these mistakes.
What kind of nonsense are you mouthing off about now?
What exactly is the reason behind treating the two girls in front of you as children? Is it because we look young? Or are you just making light of us? Or is it because all your experiences in life have told you that this is the best course of action? Is this your mana rhythm? Reflect and answer.
You haven't been making any sense for the past while now. I've got nothing to gain from talking with you two, so I'm telling you to get out. That's a good enough reason for you.
Very well. Let's change the subject. Do you have any pharmaceuticals to take my mind off things?
Oh!
I'll pay any price. Just show me any you find fascinating.
What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
You see, my retainers betrayed me and run off. I'm looking for a drug that can distract my mind from that.
If you were here to buy, you should have just said so. I wouldn't be giving you the cold shoulder if you did. Let me see here. I've got just the right thing for you two girls.
Wait, Rhegan, what are you? Quiet, civets. I've got to stop her. If she does something that could put Selly in harm's way, trying to escape reality with drugs, she must be disillusioned. Oh, come on, Rune. You should trust her.
Here you go. Take a good look. This is top of the line product here.
Huh? Isn't this sediment?
That's only what it looks like. They've been cracking down on this with their regulations, you see. If you unlock the signature here, you can take a trip without anyone being the wiser.
Oh. So what kind of hit does it have?
This one's an upper. This is a low rounder. Lets you hallucinate. And this here is a downer. I've got all kinds. What are you looking for?
Something that could help me relax would be good. I'd rather not think about things I don't want to.
Okay, then I recommend this. This is the strongest stuff in the world.
But yeah, an old guy like this is sort of like a drug dealer, in a sense, right?
This will keep you in a trance for 2-3 days.
Oh, suddenly.
Whoa! Whoosh!
Holy crap! I just mentally have to block out the fact that she looks like Selphine, because my mind would probably be unable to register if this was really Selphine doing this to someone. Like, that would just not feel right in my mind, because Selphine is such a sweet girl, you know. And obviously this is Queen Rhegan, but just the first time you see this, you're like, what? Selphine? Oh, wait, she's Queen Rhegan. And oh god. Whoa! Rhegan grabbed the pharmacist by the back of his hair. Wham! Bang! Bam bam!
Gah!
And repeatedly smashed it against the counter. Rhegan! Are you out of your mind? Then... You piece of garbage. Pushing drugs onto minors. You would go that low to get your hands on more money? She pressed the sediment stone against the pharmacist's neck. It's glowing. She must have unlocked the signature. The pharmacist's gaze clouds up before my eyes. Rhegan! Well then, let's take a quick peek at what goes on inside his mind. What is this, mind dive? Oh. Okay, I see now. Zevitz, let's go. Yeah. What just... I've gotten all we need to know. He's of no use to us now. Dang. What have you done? All I did was gather information. Soul lives on the outskirts of the city. This person isn't Selly at all. Rhegan, when will Selly come back? Who knows? She should resurface as time goes by. I don't think I can go on with this journey with you, Rhegan. Please, bring Selly back. If you're serious about that, then look for Reinvasa like your life depends on it. Selphine herself said that she couldn't do anything on her own, and called on me, asking for help. As long as that white flag of hers is raised, that means she still acknowledges that she's given up on herself. Why? Why did you do all that? A mind dive won't work if both parties don't agree to freely sharing information, which means I had to force the information out of him. That doesn't mean you can just... Our unpleasant conversation would have just gone on if I hadn't done that. More importantly, we need to focus on the information. The drugs only begun to take effect, so I couldn't access all of his memories, but I've gleaned what we need to know. Soul is as good as ours. We're going. From the city, we made our way inland. It took about an hour. He lives pretty far away from the city, huh? The streets were a lot more labyrinthine? I think labyrinthine. Than in the city. Had Rhegan not taken the lead, I definitely would have gotten lost. What kind of fool would try to stir up a ruckus in the heart of the enemy's lair? So this is where he lives, huh? After more walking for the better part of an hour, we came across a dilapidated house. No, shack would be more appropriate. Do people even live in the buildings here? Soul lives here? In a place so far removed from the city? This is the place. Excuse us now. Rhegan, you can't just go in without knocking. Who is it, all of a sudden? As we entered Soul's house, we saw a little girl lying on a bed. She looks just like Soul. Soul's little twin sister. Mill, was it? Where's your brother? Do you have any business with him? You are rather composed considering the situation you're in. She's used to this. This girl, she's practically skin and bones. Even a quick glance makes it clear that she isn't in good health. May I ask who you two are? What gives you the right to barge into someone's house? Answer me. Where's your brother? as Rhegan approaches the bed. What? Ugh. The girl suddenly pulls a cord hidden behind the bed. Ah! No, Rhegan! It's no use. I won't make it in time. Concentrate. High speed. 20,000 frames per second. A moment in time compresses, and the world slows to a standstill. Rope. Ah! There! In the ceiling of the room! A crossbow! Does this girl plan to kill Rhegan? Without a moment's hesitation? Returning to normal processing. Oh, yes! Oh, there you go, Rune. Rhegan, please be more careful. There's a trap. If I'd noticed even a moment later, I probably wouldn't have made it. Even if I didn't see the bolt, even if I did see the bolt flying through the air. Well done, Sevitz. You've certainly proven yourself. No way. At that moment, I see her gaze shift to whatever is behind us. Someone behind us? Ah! Get away from her! It'll be dangerous to let him lash out. I need to hold him down. Bam! Ho, what you got, Soul? Calm down, Soul. I said calm down. Soul! Don't you touch Soul! Don't you touch him! Let me go, damn it! Let me go! You get away from her! Get away from her! Finally, I can see some genuine humanity in the face of yours, kid. Huh? What's with her? She's like a completely different person. Soul quickly loses strength. He must have been shocked, scared even, to see such a radical departure from the Selly he knows. Soul, please, don't struggle. Sevitz, keep him pinned like that. Soul begins to try and shake me off again. Step back! Get away from Soul! We need to talk. 3 days ago, when you vanished, my retainer disappeared as well. The townspeople say that you two seem to have some sort of disagreement. What happened after that? Don't you lay a finger on my sister! If you want to talk, we can take this outside. Isn't take this outside like a metaphor for, you know, a fist fight rather than actually talking? You stay away from her. Silence, you little brat. Do you still not understand? You're in no position to question me. As she spoke, Rhegan grabbed the girl by the back of her collar as if she were holding a small animal. No! Let me! My body, it won't. What are you? No! Stop! Let go! The girl resists, but only for a moment, and then... Huh? She stops all movement, as if someone switched her off. Her eyes are slowly turning grey. Sudden mana shock? Mana isn't getting to her brain. Rhegan, are you out of your mind? Why you? I'll keep this quick, so listen up. I've shut off the mana lines connected to her brain. She won't last 5 minutes. Whether she lives or dies, that is all up to you now. Dang, she is so ruthless. I have only one demand. Answer all my questions, truthfully. If you understand, then nod. Your answer? Yes! I'll do anything, so just let her go. Please! Then I'll ask you again. 3 days ago, when you vanished, my retainer disappeared as well. She's the one who clearly expressed distrust in you. Don't tell me you don't remember her. Where is she now? Tell me anything and everything you know, no matter how trivial. I want nothing but the truth. I stole her money when she was in the bathhouse. All of it. But when I did that, she was actually waiting to ambush me. So I ran to the market district. I ran and she chased me for a while, until I got to a dead end. But then she suddenly collapsed. Then this old guy, he called himself a genius, appeared out of nowhere. What kind of absurd recanting is this? The old guy just took her, the purple-haired girl. He just took her away. Preposterous. There isn't a shred of credibility in that story of yours. It's the truth. I swear. I'm not lying. I bet my life on it. Would you bet your sister's life on it? I'm not lying. Alright. There we go. Dang. Holy crap. Rhegan lets go of the girl's neck and lays her down on the bed. And as she does so, the color in her eyes returned. Mill! Rhegan! No, stay with me. Don't go. Huh? Stay here. Soul? Don't worry, she'll come to in about 5 minutes. More importantly, come here. I need you to prove your testimony. What's gotten into Soul all of a sudden? Soul, are you listening? Yeah. Then hurry up. Time is of the essence. Mind dive? Rhegan breaks the cinnamon stone in her hands as she speaks to Soul, and casually grabs Soul by the temples. Ugh! That kind of motion. A mind dive, I'm sure. Is it alright for her to keep using mana craft back to back like this? Wouldn't that have some sort of negative effect on Selphine's weak body? What are you? Look at his face. Doesn't it somewhat seem familiar? I don't know why. Maybe I'm just crazy, or it's from something completely different that's just unrelated to Fault whatsoever. I don't know. What that man? Rupika? Rupika Greyes? That fool! What is he doing in a place like this? Wait, what's going on? Rupika Greyes. He was a doctor in Ruxenhide. Selphine's father, King Valar, had him exiled from the kingdom. It seems that Rayvasta was taken into custody by that man. What's someone from Ruxenhide doing all the way out here? As if I would know. He's been in exile for over 10 years now. I can't believe he's in a place like this. I see. To think that I'd find him here. Ha! Ha 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 ha! That's perfect! 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's go, Zevitz. We're going to look for Greyes. Hey! Will she? I thought I just told you. She will gain consciousness in about 5 minutes. Stop being so glum and get a grip. Soul. What's with him all of a sudden? Was it just a shock that's gotten him this down, or something else? Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say something that sounds really ridiculous, but sort of makes sense in some way as well. That they're spiritually or whatever in some way connected, Soul and his twin sister, and if one dies, the other dies. That actually sounds kind of ridiculous, but not too far-fetched, right? It actually sounds ridiculous that it could be true, but then again, when you actually think about it, if it doesn't sound like too crazy in a sense. Like it sounds like something that could be possible, but for it to be possible, it would be a really strange world, and strange things would be possible in that world, which is kind of what the Fault universe is like, right? So that's why I personally think it's not too far-fetched, but I don't think that's actually the case. But I just wanted to make a wild guess there. Your sister sure has quite the weak mana circulation. I could just tell just by touch. She is seriously ill. You can tell? You know about Mill's sickness? I had a little peek into the memories of that pharmacist you go to. No matter how much you eat, you won't be able to gain any nourishment if your body's mana flow is weak. You end up losing weight, experiencing malnutrition as you continue to grow older, eventually resulting in death. They call it the invisible noose. According to that pharmacist, she has maybe 3 or 4 years left. Well, of course you of all people would know that. Alright, Zevitz, it's time for us to go.
Yeah. Wait! That grayish guy, is he really a doctor?
That he is. His skills in diagnosis are unparalleled in all of Ruxenheid. I know what Soul wants. No, all of the Alliance even. He's considered a genius, able to cure completely unknown diseases. There isn't a soul in my country who doesn't know about him. Why was he exiled then? He's gotta have committed something really, really terrible for them to basically exile the best doctor they have in the entire Alliance. He must have done something really bad.
I'll help too, with looking for the lady with the purple hair.
Why? What are you up to? We've got no money left.
Well,
You want Grayus to give your sister an examination, huh? You don't trust what that pharmacist has to say, do you?
'Cause with what I make, that pharmacist the only one willing to take a look at my sister.
Jumping at anything that serves your needs. How self-seeking. With all that's happened, you're expecting us to just lend you a hand? Well, not that I don't like that enterprising attitude of yours.
Please, let me come with you. I gotta have him take a look at Mill. I'll do anything.
There are 2 issues here. One, just exactly what services can you offer us? 2, Grayus is a fickle man.
Huh?
Don't think he's just an ordinary physician. He's quite far gone. He won't care to examine anyone but those who've caught his attention. And no matter how much you beg or plead, he isn't going to capitulate anytime soon.
I'll do something about the first one. I've got a hunch on where you can find a whole bunch of doctors in the city. And I know someone in that bunch.
What?
I'll figure something out. So please, let him just take a look at Mill. I'll do everything I can. I'm begging you. Please, help Mill get an examination from him. Rhegan, I'd like to ask you to help them too. This is just too much to bear.
Boy, you said you had an idea as to where we can find Grayus. Out with it then. Right, well, can we... Okay, let's finish this little bit first. What? Is that true?
There's a medical facility, deep, inside Neo-Sassery? Normal people can't get in, but there isn't any other place you can find a doctor in Port Sassery. Soul, do you know what that place is called? I think it was Hires? Or was it Hivas?
Oh,
I think it was something like that. Hivas! They're a company that came over from Cordon, I think. It's pretty rare for someone from the outer pole to come over here.
Oh, Hivas, you say? Zevitz, they're your rival company, aren't they?
Then maybe it is as Rudo says. They've gone and expanded here into the inner pole.
Why would they have a medical facility there, though? That's the last place I'd think to put one.
Who knows? Rumor has it that they're doing some special research into mana there, though. But I don't really know any details. All I know is that it's not the kind of place you'd normally go to if you were sick.
I see. That might explain the abundance of military police in the city as well. Some sort of weird mana experimentations or something. Yeah, I bet they're not really here to guard Neo-Sassery, but rather what's ever going on deep inside. Just what could be in that facility worth protecting, needing even military police as sentries? So you're telling me that Rhein Vasta and Greyes are in that facility? I can't say for sure, but if what he said about being a doctor was true, then it's almost guaranteed that he's in there. I mean, there's really no other real hospitals in Sassery, so... What? No way! For a port town as large as Sassery not to have any hospitals, that's unthinkable. We do have pharmacists. Some merchants even set up shop with pharmacies and stuff, but no real doctors. Healthcare isn't just about getting the right medicine, Soul. What do you do if there's a special case that can't just be treated with medicine? I don't know. You don't know? Thanks to the Vita stream, no one in Neo-Sassery really gets sick, so they don't really need doctors there. But what about Port Sassery? What do the people there do? Get medicine from the pharmacists, I guess. No way. Just like when the lady in black tried to buy some. It didn't even look like he was trying to prescribe anything useful, just trying to sell her the most expensive drug. We can't even be sure since we don't really know anything about medicine, so we just have to buy whatever he sells. Oh my god, so that guy can just grab whatever? It doesn't even have to be anything medical related or whatever. He just grabs sand, like, yeah, look at this stuff. This will cure headaches. Just swallow it once every 2 hours. He can pull that off, and other people basically don't know any better than to just trust his judgment. So yeah, poor people in Port Sassery. Because obviously the people in the Neo-Sassery, they just don't really get sick because of the Vita stream. So the only ones that are... That's just so cruel. Like, Neo-Sassery people don't get sick here, but they keep all the doctors there so that they can't help the people in Port Sassery, which is most likely done intentional. So they're just basically there to fend for themselves in Port Sassery. If you get sick, well, good luck. Let's hope the frog brains or the sea slug sperm is gonna cure you, because if it doesn't, you're fucked. No way! Just, how does Visconta even continue to operate with a system like that? I don't really get it either. But there's nothing we can do. It's our fault for not having enough money. If we want to live a good life, then we need to pay up for it. If we don't want to get sick, we have to save up the money so we can live in Neo-Sassery. That's discrimination. Don't you think it's unfair? What do you mean? That's what poor people deserve. It's their fault for being poor. Wow, that makes 0 sense whatsoever. How could you think that way? How? I really could not care less about how horribly fractured the goings-ons of your country are right now. The issue at hand is whether or not Rhein Vasta and Greyes are in that facility. You said that not just anyone can set foot inside. Do you have a way of sneaking in then? It's deep inside Neo-Sassery. There's nothing but water all around. The only way in is through the front door. Take us there then. You sure? Even if you went there, they're not going to let you in. Well, what else would you have us do then? Nothing is going to happen until we take action. Rhegan, try not to do anything too violent, okay? Enough whining, Zevitz. All depends on how they decide to welcome us. People who make a habit of kidnapping others don't have the right to put on airs about themselves. Well, I suppose. There's this thing called a Process 2 program. Process 2? Straight to 2, not 1? Oh, you know about it? Yes. Process 2. Oh, right. Process 1 was the P1. Process 2 is a drug further refined from Process 1. Apparently, it creates a resistance to mana. Just a few years ago, they began the Process 2 program, P2P, in that facility, peer-to-peer. They recruited people to be subjects for the Process 2 experiments. Don't tell me you take part in those, Soul? I barely got any money from it, but I was at least able to bless Manacraft as fast as a typical adult could. You can't just force your body to... Basically, a scientific recreation of Ophia. Ophia? All I know is that's the name of some kind of ritual in a different country. Just who are you two? Ophia? It's one of the kinds of exaltation rituals a Manacraft can undergo during puberty. Ophia stimulates the mana workings inside an individual's body. It greatly increases their body's output of purified mana. Any prospective battlecrafter is certain to undergo this ritual, otherwise they will have a major disadvantage at the speed to which they can bless Manacraft. But isn't that just going to cause them harm? It has been said that it depends on when they undergo the ritual. One's internal mana rhythm changes as one matures from child to adult. It is almost malleable and easy to shape during adolescence. During this period of instability, one can shape their mana production, near permanently increasing its output. This is the Ophia process. Undergo that process too early or too late, and your body's lifespan will be greatly shortened. Still, there were many who thought that it placed too much stress on the body. They did not undergo the ritual. Some people even based their relationships on whether or not their partner would or would not undergo Ophia. What? Do you mean they wouldn't go with someone if they hadn't take Ophia? The opposite. Those who thought Ophia shortens one's life refused to be with those who underwent the ritual. Suddenly, a good deal of prospective battlecrafters hit their career plans, and the issue even gave rise to discrimination, becoming quite a problem in our society. Before, when they didn't know of the consequences of Ophia, people underwent the ritual when they turned 9. There was a theory that was why most people didn't live past 50 back then. Although there isn't any real proof, when they delayed the ritual to adolescence, people's lifespans greatly increased. What a shame, Saul. You were premature, just like them. About 15, 20 years of your life have been lost. Wow. Looks like it. When they finished the experiments, they told me the same thing. Soul spoke, without any change in facial expression. What? No! How could you? How could you say that with a straight face? Is what I wanted to say, but couldn't. As I held that thought while speaking, I realized something. Soul is missing something. He isn't a slow boy. He should have realized the weight of the issue. Oh my god. No. What is Hivs trying to do, man? Something... Whenever he was like... Something immediately sort of reminded me when he was telling all these sort of things that you can't say with a straight face, so that are very emotional things, but he just says them like it's no big deal, like, yeah, I just lost 20 years in my life, yeah, that's it. Like it almost sort of reminded me of the old Rune, who had no emotions in a sense, right, in full Milestone 1. I don't know, but it's as if he isn't even shocked by the truth at all. I'm sure it's something that doesn't even matter to him. As if even death doesn't faze him. He's throwing his life away to care for a sister with not much of a future left. So you already knew. It's all in the past. There's nothing I can do now. What is this? Some unsightly facade you put up to hide your self-abandonment? Well, you tell me not to pay heed to it, then there's no problem. Anyway, go on. So what if you were part of the experiments? Those who were part of the experiment can go for a periodic checkups. They don't pay though, so I've never gone, but if I asked about it, they might let me in. I see. Good grief, this is getting unnecessarily complicated. Though even if we wanted to go now, we couldn't make it today. Sasser is a pretty long way from here. By the time we get there, the sun will probably already have set. We should leave first thing tomorrow morning. And just why should we wait? Night, mid-afternoon, does any time of the day even matter? There's actually a lot of people who go into Sasser posing as a prospector to try to get into that facility. That's why there are so many guards, especially at night, where there are even more of them on patrol. We should go in there, looking like regular prospectors like before, in case anything happens. Ah, this is truly quite an inconvenience. Well then, we shall await you at our inn. I expect to see you guiding us tomorrow morning, Soul. Much as I'd like to, I need to buy a pass to get into Sasser, or I can't go with you. Ah, that's right. Not having any money to our name is really causing us some mobility issues. Well, that's not going to work now, is it? Do something about it. Do something? Just steal money from some fool like you did with Reinvasta. Rhegan. Say, I thought the same when I first met you, but you don't really have a sense of the value of money, don't you? Or do you? When we first went in, I only got a day pass, but even that was super expensive. It's not the kind of money I would usually make in a day. Then find a new way to make more money in a day. Huh? A new way? Figure that out yourself. I can't. If you can't do that, then just rob people. Rhegan, please, enough with that. If we end up in the Peacekeeper sites, then it'll be even harder to move about. Peacekeepers? Well then, what do you propose? Do we just take our sweet time earning a wage as bar wenches? It's not like I want to do this either, but this is urgent. Necessity knows no laws. Well, I'll figure something out. I'll get the money. You may have quite some strength in you, but that doesn't instantly translate to money. So, are there any jobs around here that need a whole lot of heavy lifting? The kind that only one person couldn't handle. Huh? What do you mean? Exactly as she says. Tell us about any work that would normally take 5, 6 men to accomplish. You can at least do that much, can't you? Soul's little sister woke up. Mill! Soul, those two, there. Don't worry, Mill. Don't worry. Alright, so we're gonna end the video here. I was actually expecting that little piece to be rather short, but it actually took quite a while. So this is a rather longer video, but I bet you guys are happy with that. But my voice isn't as happy with that. But yeah, let's end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!